What do I do if I can't make my mortgage payment? That's a question that someone has asked me recently, and I think this could be helpful to you. Look, we can sell your home, but I'd rather help you keep your home if that's what we're talking about. Doesn't that sound good? As I was taking my morning walk today, I started to think about some of the folks that are having trouble making payments, are unable to buy a home, and are just thinking, man, I'm gonna have to sell, or I'm gonna have to keep renting. So if that's you, this is for you. So the first thing I want to tell you is this. Number one, if you can't make your mortgage payment, you're not the only one. Take a deep breath. Don't panic. Don't rush. Listen to what I have to say here. But I'll tell you right now, I've got buyers backing out because they can't afford homes. These buyers can't afford what the payments would be with the higher interest rates. There's folks that were going to sell their house and get into something else, but they can't now because they're sitting on a 3-4% interest rate, and now we're into the 7s and 8s. Their payments would just be exponentially higher no matter what they do. We're talking even luxury buyers right now having to put their home search on hold because they're in career transitions. Times are tough. You know, you might have lost your job, rising costs of things like food and taxes and everything else. People are short on money. You're not the only one. So the first thing you should do if you're behind on your payments is you want to talk to your lender, okay? Do not wait. I'm talking even if it's a week. You don't want to miss a payment and have no conversation with the lender. Speak with them about what your options are. I can tell you right now, one option is mortgage assistance. You'll want to call your lender and ask about that. They are required after a certain period of time to tell you about that, but you don't want to wait and get to that point. So ask them about mortgage assistance. A couple things they can do and that you should ask about. One of them is more widely known. It's called mortgage forbearance. With mortgage forbearance, what they'll do is they'll take a few months and you don't have to make payments, and they'll just tag those on to the end. That's a common way to do it. But you'll want to speak to them exactly how that works, both in the short term during the forbearance period and then also repaying that amount. Another thing you can ask for is a loan modification. And what happens there is they will generally spread out some of those missed payments over a period of time. That could make your payments go up. So again, get that in writing and get the details down. Make sure it works for you. Obviously, that money's got to be paid. So you want to talk to them about what a repayment plan looks like. Up till recently, refinancing was a very solid option for folks. Two things on refinancing. Number one, if you're having trouble making your payments, you may have trouble refinancing that loan as well, but you won't know for sure until you talk to a mortgage lender. But, and that's my second point, once you do talk to the mortgage lender, you're going to find out that the rates may possibly be different than when you bought your home a few years back. So if you're sitting on a 2, 3, 4% loan, even a 5%, you may be surprised to know that the rates are now in, as I'm recording this, in the high 7s, and even some folks are getting quoted into the 8%. So with the rates that much higher, refinancing might not be the sweet spot for you, but it's still an option. And here's what nobody wants to do. Another option that's there for you is you can ask someone for help. I can imagine how hard it would be to ask your parents as an adult for financial assistance, but that's probably less embarrassing than losing your home. You've got an uncle, you've got siblings, local charities like churches, Salvation Army, the Goodwill, anybody. You probably want to have called them all and researched everything. If it's that important, if you're going to lose your home, swallow your pride and do whatever it takes to make these payments. So after all these things, if you've exhausted every opportunity, if there's just no way for you to stay in the home, take a deep breath, give me a call. We will help you sell your home. We will help you with this transition. You're not the only one that we're helping with this right now, okay? There's a lot of reasons for this, but you certainly are not alone. Look, I can't make any guarantees, but I can tell you we will get you the most money you possibly can for the home, and we will work with you on your timeline to get your needs met as best as possible. And we will work with you on your timeline to do our best to get your needs met in a situation like that. So in summary, if you're behind on payments or if you think you're about to be, don't panic. There are solutions available to you. We would much rather help you keep your house than for you to sell it under duress. But if it comes to that, or if you need to move, or if it's time to sell, we'll take care of it. I just want to make sure you know you have options.